And I'm here today to bring you the a quotation from the original teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda. And we do these broadcasts at 12 o'clock every day, just for a few minutes, just for a little taste of inspiration. This morning, the quotation from Yogananda that I'd like to offer has to do with environment is stronger than willpower. He puts it this way: the company you keep is important. If you leave your coat in a room where people are smoking, pretty soon it will smell of smoke. If you leave it outside in the garden later on, when you bring it indoors, it will carry with it the fragrance of fresh air and flowers. Such is the case with the mind. Your garment of thoughts absorbs the vibrations of those with whom you mix. If you mingle with pessimists, in time you will become a pessimist. And if you mingle with cheerful, happy people, you yourself will develop a cheerful, happy nature. Environment is stronger than willpower. To mix with worldly people without absorbing at least some of their worldliness requires great spiritual strength. Beginners on the spiritual path, especially, should be very careful in the company they keep. They should mix with other devotees and try not to mingle with ego-saturated, worldly people. They should especially avoid people who are negative, even if those people are devotees. Whether one becomes a saint or a sinner is to a great extent determined by the company he keeps. Whew. Well, he spells it out pretty clearly there, the effect that our environment has on us. I'm noticing, especially when he says that they should especially avoid people who are negative, even if those people are devotees, meaning the obvious that we're all still in our egos on this earth plane. If we were not, we would be on some other planet somewhere, some other realm of existence. And so we're dealing with these egos, and part of that includes negativity. And so even devotees can be subject to negativity. In fact, as we evolve more and more on the path, it is explained to us that just like a stained glass window, the more the light shines through it, the brighter the colors of the stained glass. So if we have negative traits, they will be heightened the closer we get to liberation, so that we can clearly see this flaw and be able to work on it. But back to environment is stronger than willpower. This is such a all-consuming thought on the spiritual path, because it is the books we read, it's the movies we watch, it's the social media we hang out on, it's, of course, the people, as the reading describes, that we hang out with. It's the places we hang out with people. Are we in charitable organizations trying to serve others somehow, or are we at a bar getting drunk? These are all a wide spectrum of experiences and situations and things in our environment that we feed our uh, our own nature with. And if there's any resonance within us for any part of that, whether karmically from the past or through desires in this lifetime, we will automatically gravitate to those people, those thoughts, those situations. Yogananda used to enjoy drawing the analogy to the fact that if a child is born in America, it's going to like, hamburgers and French fries. And if a child is born if the same child is born in India, it will grow up loving curries. And so it's the culture that we're raised in that affects us. It's the bodies, the genders, the languages spoken, all of these things influence us. And I used to enjoy studying languages and studied linguistics when I was in the university. And I know that a language will reflect the consciousness of the culture. It will have words, for instance, in the Eskimo languages, they have, I don't know, 21 words for the meaning of snow. And in our language, we have one, because we don't come upon snow all that frequently. In fact, the light you see shining in my window right here is sunshine in Linwood, Washington. No complaints coming from this person. But if you're in South America or in India, in different parts, there might be many words for sunshine. In other words, in fact, in India, I learned Swami Kriyananda gave me the name of Padma, which means a lotus in the process of expansion, of opening. And I learned that in the Indian languages, there are many meanings of the name Padma. There are many meanings of the word lotus. Lotus has such a significant symbolic place in the life there in India, in the spiritual life, definitely. And so I am just simply saying that all of these influences in varying gradations and in many, many subtle ways, they affect our consciousness, our vibration. And at a certain point, we decide, I'm going to consciously choose the influences in my life. I'm going to live in community and be with others of like mind as my neighbors. I'm going to quit the job that I have right now and start my own business or service, or I'm going to work with people who I share ideals with. I'm going to make those choices. I may earn a little less, but I am going to be happier for it because I will be affecting the influences that come into my consciousness. And so that is the thought today. Those are just some examples. It's a big subject and we could be speaking about it for weeks. But for now, here is today's taste of inspiration from the teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda. Environment is stronger than willpower. Joy to you, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Blessings.